week, Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathon Ross Show, and I'm excited to show you who's in the green room this evening. What a lineup we've got for you tonight. From the Xfactor, we have my three favourite judges. You've just seen them at work. It's Gary Barlow, Louis Walsh and Nico Scherzinger, ladies and gentlemen. Gorgeous. One of them, gorgeous. Between them, they've made more people cry than the onion, waxing and nipple clamp industries put together. Sticking with music, we have Britain's biggest selling tenor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Alfie Boe. Hey, Alfie, how are you? Looking good. Also on the show, he co-wrote The Office, he co-wrote and starred in Extras. He's a stand-up, basically he's 6'7" of funny. It's Mr. Stephen Merchant, ladies and gentlemen. 6'7" of funny. And I can see from that reaction, you like them tall and skinny. Well, we've got tall and skinny for you. She's the supermodel, the queen of the catwalk. Naomi Campbell is here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, look at Naomi. Hello, Naomi, you look beautiful, of course. Lovely to have you here. And we also have music tonight, some great music to end the show from one of the most exciting young talents on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Mvula. And you look great as well. How lovely to have you here. That's a packed show. Now, I make a big deal of Halloween. Me and my family make a big deal of Halloween every year in our house. So I thought I'd bring you a little something from home to show you, because I was excited when I found this. This is something that I actually genuinely grew in my garden, OK? Here it is. Have a look at that. Look at the size of that. Not Louis Walsh, the pumpkin. Okay? But that's not just a plain pumpkin. It's Halloween, so obviously we've had a little bit of work done. It's had a nip and a tuck, a little bit carved off. Louis knows what I'm talking about. Because this is the biggest Halloween pumpkin I've ever grown, I also want it to be the scariest. So this is what we've done to it. Brace yourselves, this is terrifying. Actually carved into it. Carved into it. And that was easier to make it look like him because it's already got the same skin colour. Okay? Talking of heads, we all know about selfies. You all know about taking a selfie, I'm sure. The new craze in town is the cheeky. Celebrities taking photos of their backsides, their behinds, and post them on the web. But anyway, Cheryl Cole started it. This was hers. That's showing off the new tattoo. Lovely backside, although I believe she now has a terrible problem with green fly. And she has to prune it every February. Then Kim Kardashian posted this cheeky of herself. That's instantly recognisable. Her behind is so famous, she can use that as her passport photo. Okay? Louis, have you ever taken a cheeky of yourself?
No, I haven't. Gary, you haven't?
I don't think so. If I say I haven't, someone will find one where I have, but I don't think so.
Maybe we found one already, Gary.
Hello.
Look at that! Wow. Man, that was a great episode of Countdown, wasn't it? Look at that, eh? So let's get my first guest out. Ladies and gentlemen, please go crazy for Nico Scherzinger, Louis Walsh and Gary Barlow. Looking good. Come on, come and sit down. Take a seat. Wow, wow. Let's talk about the Xfactor to start with, and then talk about you individually, perhaps. You've got, let's say, you've got the groups.
Yep.
Okay, Nico, you've got the girls.
Yes.
And Louis, you've got...
Boys.
You've won in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, second season, yeah.
Nico, you've won in the past.
Yeah.
You had Shane, didn't you?
Last year, yeah.
You won with James Arthur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gary. I'm just trying to remember. Have you had any luck?
Not yet.
Okay. This could be... Well, this could be Gary's year. This could be your year.
Could be.
No. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Why not? Who do you think's going to win?
I think I've got the win.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I think it's between me and Sharon.
Really?
And me.
No. That's last year's winner.
Who do you think you've got that's going to romp to victory?
Honestly, a little guy from Scotland called Nicholas.
Okay.
I think he's the one.
You mentioned Sharon. She's kind of doing it on both sides of the Atlantic. You were telling me she's
She
flying
is,
back
yeah.
and forth.
She does a show in LA every day called The Talk. So she leaves on a Monday and she films, then she comes back in.
Well, that maybe explain why she's kind of occasionally she's
Bit crazy?
yeah, she seems a little on edge occasionally.
Yeah, well, come on, she's getting old. I told her she was like Judge Judy last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, imagine though, she must be more restrained when you're out with her socially.
No. She's worse.
She's exactly
She's
the same.
worse.
How could she be worse than that?
She's worse.
What does she do?
Jonathon, she does a lot of things. I mean, I remember I was out with her once in LA and she kind of took them out.
Wow. What, your breasts?
No, hers. No, hers. She took them out. But she's great fun. We love her. We absolutely love her.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know last series there was tension on the judging panel. There was tension. There were a couple of moments between you and Talisa, and it was kind of like, on the one hand, there's going to be some tension, I guess, because you're in competition. But at the same time, there were moments where you got the feeling it wasn't as happy a ship as perhaps it might have been.
No, it was. No question about it. I felt like last year got just too competitive to the point where it was actually distracting from the artists. So it's a much nicer atmosphere around the studio. I think in general, everybody's happier this year.
There's a lot of tears on the show. Not so many from the contestants as you guys. I've seen you crying on it.
Yeah, once or twice, yeah. Once or twice.
Nico, you cry quite easily.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Well, that's sweet. That's nice.
But
Gary, I've never seen you even show even a flicker of emotion. You're like the one out of Terminator 2. You know, the one who just keeps coming.
What's it going to take,
Do you
guys?
feel inside of them moments where you just, why is there no, does it not come out like that?
I do, yeah. No, I don't cry easily anyway. I really don't. It takes a child to be born or something to make me cry. I do feel it inside, especially when you're at judges' houses and things and you're sat one-on-one with the person. And like you say, these moments, they're going to change these people's lives. And you're aware of that and you're trying to use a responsible decision to make sure you're putting through the right ones. But it's very, very tough.
So you don't cry at home? You don't cry during movies?
No, I don't.
I do. I'm a hot mess. I cry during, like, Finding Nemo, anything.
Yeah.
I have to, yeah. I'm going to cry right now.
Theatre.
You cry at theatre?
I always fill up a little bit at the theatre.
Yeah, some of those
I go a
plays are
bit
long and
camp.
boring, aren't they?
I go a bit...
What? Let's see you camp again there. What
Yeah,
was
I
that?
do. I go, I'm watching and... I go camp.
You're a jazz hands there at the end as well. I
love the theatre.
So you guys, so you seem friends. You do.
We
seem
are
like you get on
genuinely
really
good
well.
friends. This year.
And Nico, you're kind of, I guess, do you get looked after by them? Because this still isn't your country as such. So I guess when you're over here, it must still be strange for you in some ways.
No, they take good care of me here. You know, they just taught me about a sausage roll the other day. They take great care of me.
Well, they really are spoiling you.
I know. Hi, yeah.
So what, you
sausage
hadn't had a
roll.
sausage roll before?
I'd never had one. I heard Gaz talk about it. My contestant, Hannah, she worked at Greg's. Oh, we have some fans out there.
How did they build up Greg's to you? Did they tell you?
Well, Gaz over here, he's like, he loves all the finest things in life. So whatever he orders to his dressing room, I'll be like, whatever Gary has, that's what I want. So he said the sausage rolls are delicious, okay? And then it's like, my girlfriends are in town from LA, and I was like, girls, y'all need to come back from Buckingham Palace, because we are going to have a real treat today, I'm telling you. It is, we're going to an authentic, official English bakery. There's gonna be little, you know, English people making things for us.
What did you think it would be like? You thought it would be like?
That's what I thought it would be like.
Like
little,
a palace almost, or like an old-fashioned kitchen?
Miniature, yeah, an old-fashioned kitchen, and just like you walk in, you're like, it's freshly baked, it's beautiful. And I didn't realize it was a chain. Like there's, you know,
Oh, I know, yes, I know.
Yeah.
There's more.
But it was yummy.
And look, all of us men of a certain age, Louis, you know as well, we've been big, we've been small. Gary, you were much bigger. Now, look at you. You couldn't be trimmer. He couldn't be in better shape. Could he, ladies and gentlemen? You look great, and you have done for the last few years. I can't imagine you eat a lot of sausage rolls, do you? You must be, he must be kind of health conscious.
I only dream about them now. That's it.
Gaz is really fit. I can actually drink him under the table. But that's only because he doesn't eat much. He has, like, soup and a gust of wind every once in a while.
So, didn't you have a dream about a Twix bar?
Yes. No, I was doing a detox, and and it was just raw vegetables all day, and water. And I honestly woke up in the middle of the night. I dreamt I'd fallen asleep on a Twix bar. I was rubbing my face on it. Oh, it was so nice.
And do you allow yourself a treat like that every so often?
I do.
Yeah, I do. Louis, you are, don't take this wrong way, the oldest member of the panel.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, you're older than Sharon.
In around the same age.
It's hard to tell how old she is now. She's like Doctor Who. She just keeps coming back with an entirely different face. I believe Peter Capaldi's playing her in the next series of the Xfactor. You've been on the judging panel the longest. You've done
10
more.
years.
Yeah, more than anyone else.
10
More than Cal,
years.
more than anyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't it good?
But you obviously must love doing it.
Yes, it's the best job in the world when it's good.
But I've read that you're going to stop after this.
Well, I said I was, but I'm having so much fun this year, I might stay. We never know. I'm on the year-to-year contract, so you never know.
Do you say early on, I'm leaving next year, so that if you go, if Cal gives you the chop, you go, well, I was going anyway.
Yeah.
And then halfway through, because you always start saying this about them, you say, but I'm having so much fun.
A little bit of that. So we're genuinely having a lot of fun this year.
But
yeah.
Gary, you are leaving
Yes.
after this, aren't you? You're going back to doing what you...
Yeah, I always say my first job is I'm a member of Take That, so I'm going back to the band next year. So, thank you. So trying to fit the two in, it's not good.
But you're still doing solo stuff in between now, then?
I am.
So
Yes.
Take That, you'll have a new Take That album, will you?
New Take That album next year.
Have you started writing that already?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start in the new year.
You know, you've been doing this show for 10 years, Louis,
Yeah.
but this is not, of course, the first talent show you've been involved in.
I did Pop Stars Arrivals, yeah?
And even before that.
Oh, no. What have you got?
Oh, good.
Gary,
Gary, you're going to enjoy this.
No! Have I got
This
big hair?
is the show that was called
no.
SBB Talent Show
no.
Contest.
Oh,
It was kind of the X
Irish.
Factor of its day, only in Ireland. And television moved at a slower pace back then. Here's Louis Walsh back in 1983.
Kendos mark on tag Louis Walsh. Could we have your marks, please, Louis?
Okay, contestant A, street level, 13 marks. Contestant F, Skabrack, 16 marks.
And contestant F, Scrayback, 16, Louis, was it?
Yeah,
16.
16.
Okay.
Wow. Now, pretty good, huh? You like that? So that was, you would give marks out of 20, I guess, were you?
I think so, out of 20, yeah.
OK, and I love the pace of it, because the way that show worked, he would go, I'm going to speak to Louis Walsh now. Louis Walsh, how many points first? And you go, Skabrack, 16 points. You go, Skabrack, 16 points. And another voice went, Skabrack, 16 points. And then, and they did that for every act with every one of the 4 judges. I mean, that whole part, just the judging part, the giving the scores, was about 3 hours long. So next series, then, there'll be 2 free seats on the judging panel.
Well, I think Simon's going to come back. That's the rumour.
You think, or you know?
That's the rumour. We never know. What do you think?
I don't care.
Maybe you and Simon would work well.
No, he's scared of me.
Is he?
Yeah, he's scared of me.
No, you're scared of him.
Everyone's scared of Simon. Hey, how surprised, how excited were you when you heard that he was going to be a father?
I was surprised. I really was surprised, yeah. Were you?
No!
I was surprised.
What is there to be
Better
surprised
came
about? But he's going to be a good dad. Has he talked to any of you about advice? I mean, Gary, you are clearly a lovely, doting father. Has he asked you for any tips?
No, but, you know, I've got friends who we said, what are these two going to be like when they're mums and dads, you know? And they do. You have kids and you become a great parent. That's just what happens. I think he'll be no different than anybody else.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think he'll be honest with the child like he is with the people on the show? Do you think? I mean, because I wouldn't want to be that kid bringing my homework home to Simon Cowell, would you? This is frankly shit. All right, lovely seeing you again. And we'll hopefully see you on later on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, will you say thank you with me to Louis, fabulous Gary, and the gorgeous Nicole Scherzinger. Still to come on the show, Naomi Campbell is here, Alfie Bowen, Stephen Merchant, so join me after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest right out. He went from cleaning cars to a multi-platinum selling music career in the blink of an eye. It is our very own Mr. Alfie Bowen, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, Alfie? You looking good?
I'm good, thank you, yeah.
You know, what a remarkable story. So you're working like you're just a regular guy, and suddenly you have a big career in opera.
Yeah, yeah.
But you weren't actually an opera fan, were you? Is that right?
No, I wasn't, no.
So how does that happen then? How does someone who isn't really into opera become an opera star?
My father used to play a lot of different types of music around the house. So I grew up listening to opera, to blues, to rock and roll, to country music and all that. So I just discovered that opera was the way that my voice should go. And
so you had the right voice for it.
Yeah.
So who told you that? How did you know that? You just found you were more comfortable singing that, or other people said that you should sing that?
Well, I started, around the house, I started impersonating people like Pavarotti, which is pretty stupid, because he's good, and I wasn't.
How old were you then?
14.
But you weren't a big fella.
No,
you
I wasn't massive. No. But I could sing high notes pretty loud.
I can't imagine there were that many 14-year-olds in Lancashire running around imitating Pavarotti at 14.
No, I know. Well, I didn't tell anyone because I'd have my face smashed in.
OK, so now you have the family, the kids, and do they like listening to you? Do they find Dad's opera singing, or would they rather listen to more?
My little girl says it's too loud. She always says, like, stop singing, Daddy, you're making a fool of yourself, it's too loud, you know? And the school that she's going to has asked me to sing at their Christmas Carol concert, you know. But my daughter won't let me. She said it's too embarrassing.
How old is she?
She's 5 now.
Well, that's the age when Daddy's so embarrassing. Now, you've got a new album out, and this album is an opera, so I'm assuming this is the kind of music you would listen to, is that right?
Yeah, well, I've had the fortunate chances of singing with some fantastic people in my career. I've sung with Bryn Terfel, Jose Carreras, Renee Fleming, you know, Robert Plant, Alice Cooper, Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. It's like I've had all these chances.
That's
of
an
singing
eclectic group.
It is, yeah, but I don't see any difference between them. You know, I could give you an example of the styles of singing. I don't change the way I sing in any particular way.
OK, so say you were singing a Led Zepp song.
Yeah.
Would you not have to sing that differently to singing a piece of opera?
No, I could. No, I can demonstrate it if you want.
Well, let's have a little time. Yeah, that would be nice.
I could. Well, for example, if you're singing like the last notes of Nessun Dorma, you know, the big Vincero.
Oh, I know those last few notes, don't we all? I think we've all been there in the shower.
Well, the last big note is that's the sort of place you would sing like the start of rock and roll by Led Zeppelin.
Could we have the start of rock and roll by Led Zeppelin?
Okay. Time since I rock and roll.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And let's hear. Could we hear a little bit of Nessun Dorma? So remember, this is the same thing.
All'alba al vincero, vincerò, vincerò.
Although, I have to say, this Daddy, that was a bit too loud.
Was it a bit loud?
That is loud, though. I mean, man, I'm sitting, that was pretty loud over there. But my ears were ringing, so in the car, that must drive your kid nuts.
It does, yeah. It's usually in the car, I get told to shut up.
Hey, I really enjoyed the album. I was listening to it. I got
Thank
sent a copy of the and some of my favourite tracks are on this.
Well, talking about performing with people as well, I mean, the band themselves on this album were incredible. I mean, I got to do all these tracks with Booker T from
Booker T from Booker T and the MGs is on this album.
Yeah,
wow, that must be so exciting for you.
It was incredible. Great guys.
We got a little bit of ET. The album's Trust by Alfie Boe. It's out November the 11th. It's got some fabulous tracks on it. Here's a little taste of one.
With the spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. You got a friend.
That's nice driving music right there.
So I guess people got to know you best when you were performing in Les Miserables.
Yeah.
And then the movie
The
came
movie
out.
that I wasn't in, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. But this happens a lot, doesn't it? You have someone who makes a role their own on stage, and they often don't get cast in the film because they want a movie star name.
Whoa, that's a terrible picture.
That's what Louis Walsh looks like in the morning. Did you audition for the movie?
I did, yeah. I auditioned for it, and my audition was about 2.5 hours long.
Wow.
So I sang the whole of the show, did the dialogue and all that sort of business. But then I was walking out of the room, and I said to the guy that was going in after me, I said, "Good luck, mate, you know, it's all the best." And it's Hugh Jackman. So I thought, yeah, that was a waste of 2.5 hours, wasn't it, really?
Well, you never know for sure. But I mean, having said that, you know, he was very much Hugh Jackman. He was good in the role as well.
Yeah,
I mean, have you seen the movie? Did you go and see it?
Yeah, I did actually. No, Hugh Jackman was great in it. Yeah.
So when you first came along,
I wasn't bitter at all about losing out to Hugh Jackman.
No. Well, if
I'm
you're
not getting into the movies because you know I can sleep at night still. I'm all right.
But if you're going to lose
I
out,
didn't hate him. You know, it wasn't a big problem at all.
so
It wasn't a big deal. Okay.
you still watch the Wolverine movies occasionally. But
I'm
you know,
auditioning for that.
if you are going to lose out to someone, lose out to Hugh Jackman.
Exactly.
I never saw Les Mis live. Everyone said everyone used to cry in the audience. There was always a big reaction on that. Was there
The
a
movie's
point...
good. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Was there a point where you knew you had the crowd? Was there always a certain point in the music itself when you knew you had them?
Getting past the last note of Bring Him Home was always a bit of a milestone for me. So when I did it in front of like 20,000 people at the O2, that was the telling point.
Could we have a little bit of that song?
Of Les Miserables?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
And could you do that thing at the end where you schnick and your claws come out? Because that's what people like about that musical.
You're a bastard. You can take, you can give, let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die, let him live. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him
I think that was incredible, wasn't it? Let's see if we finally managed to make Gary cry. Gary, any emotion? Yes! Yes! I knew you could do it. Hey, it was great having you here and great hearing you sing. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Mr. Alfie Bowl. Thank you, Alfie. That was great. Thank you so much. Still to come after the break, one of the funniest men in the country, Mr. Stephen Merchant, and stunning supermodel Naomi Campbell. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Alfie was great, wasn't he, ladies and gentlemen? He was terrific. Let's get my next guest out. He wrote The Truly Remarkable Office. It's a sitcom which I think all other sitcoms are now measured against. He's now conquering America with his own brilliant new sitcom. It is Mr. Stephen Merchant, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Here we are. This is it. The big time.
Well, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the UK.
Thank you for having me, yes.
You've been away. You've been filming in America. You've been living in America as well, is that right? How was it coming back to England from Los Angeles for you?
Well, I don't want to say miserable, but I got off the plane and within 24 hours I had a cold.
Wow.
Streaming cold. I didn't have a cold for 6 months in LA.
Wow.
I don't know if you've been over there, but the weather's wonderful.
Well, it is lovely over
Yeah,
there.
it's surprising how seductive that is.
You're out there filming Hello Ladies. It's your new sitcom. It's on Sky Atlantic Wednesday nights. And it's kind of... It's not a reality show, but there are elements of your life in it. Is this
Right. Well, it's a character... it's a guy called Stuart, and he's a nerdy 6'7" West Country loser. But he's a web designer, so it's a big departure for me. I mean, it was based on my stand-up. My stand-up show was called Hello Ladies and was about my fairly unsuccessful love life. And so I did the show in LA, and HBO said, "Do you want to do it as a sitcom?" And so that's what happened.
So you had trouble over the years, meeting girls, holding on to relationships. What's been the problem for you, Stephen?
What's been the problem? I mean, there's so many problems. Maybe I'm picking the wrong girls, or I've set my ambitions too high, maybe. Because I get rejected now in LA by really beautiful women. It's incredible. No, honestly, like, the caliber of the women that are turning me down is... I've been turned down by some stunners. And this is a good example of my lack of cool, right? You won't believe this story. You'll think I've made this up for the show. I swear this is true. I was in Los Angeles a couple of weeks back, about a month and a half ago, and I went to a party that was thrown by the comedian Sarah Silverman.
Oh, I know her, you.
And it was very good. It was like 200 people there, a lot of comedians and a lot of actors and stuff. But the thing with comedians, as you know, you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of comedians because they will never let you forget.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit jumpy about that because I was, again, trying too hard, trying to be cool. And I was there, and someone said, "Steve, do you want some chocolate?" And, you know, in England, if someone offers you some chocolate, it's probably some chocolate.
Yeah.
In California, where marijuana is legalized,
wow,
you can find it in the chocolate. Didn't realise.
So it was actually offering you a chocolate laced with marijuana?
Laced with marijuana. It's 1 square of chocolate. Now, I popped the chocolate. I was fine for 48 seconds. And then I went into a hole from which I could not escape. It was mental. It was like I was inside treacle, just like peering out, trying to sort of stay normal, and have conversations. "Hello, who are you, Ben Affleck? Nice to meet you, mate." "Yeah, what?" So I went in the bathroom, and this is what you want to do when you've accidentally taken drugs. You want to stare at yourself in a mirror. Indefinitely. That helps. And I was looking into my soul and nothing was making any sense. And I went back out to the party and I thought, I'll get a breath of fresh air, this will sort me out.
Yeah, that will clear your head.
And I went to the outside area, and the route took me straight through an 8-foot plate glass window that shattered in its entirety. The whole thing exploded, just glass everywhere. Wow. Suddenly, now I'm outside of the party, looking back in at like 200 people, many of them comedians. They were just thinking, is he injured? Can we take a picture yet? What are the rules? And there's no precedent for that. Like, it's not like you're raised and your mum goes, if you ever walk through a window on drugs, you know what I mean? This is what to do. Just discreetly exit.
You smashed this window in this woman's house?
I brought a picture for you because I knew I would need evidence to prove. This is the aftermath. Have we got that photo? There's the aftermath of it there.
Wow.
Now, here's the...
And on the other side, you appear to have shrunk and changed your clothes as well.
Well, this summarises Hollywood for you because there's 200 people at this party, but they had to bring in a cleaning lady. Not one of them could get a broom at 2 a.m.
So I can see why in that party you wouldn't have got lucky with someone.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Let's have a look at a clip. The show draws on those kind of experiences.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's Wednesday, 10 p.m. on Sky Atlantic. Have a look at the clip. It's a very funny show. This is a very funny clip. Look at this.
Yes, ask around. A smoothie, a carrot juice.
Oh, Annie, sorry. Can I ask you a question, a quick question?
Uh-huh.
Which is, Stupid. That was silly.
It's my little sort of homage to Del Boy.
Well, it's a great moment. Hey, OK, I just thought something. How are your lines? How are your opening lines with women? How are they...
Terrible.
OK, well, look, we have many beautiful women in the green room this evening.
know.
Let's give you a chance to try a couple, and one's a judge anyway. They can maybe give you an assessment of it. Well, look, do you want to start?
Well, I don't have any lines, but when I was researching the show, I tweeted for people to tweet me lines, and I now keep an archive of them.
Okay.
For just this eventuality. I mean,
So-
these are not mine. These are people have sent me these in.
So, ladies, if you react just as if Stephen has come up to you in a party or a bar, and this is the opening salvo, and let us know how this works. Who's this first one for, Stephen?
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, looking good. Saw you on the Xfactor, Nicole.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Jesus, that was enthusiastic. You know that this is... I'm not actually hitting on you. This is the first one. Nicole, here I am. What are your other 2 wishes?
All right. You like that, Nicole? It's like...
Excuse me. Who are you?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Forget you. I'll talk to your more beautiful friend in the middle.
Okay. Okay, this is getting tense. All right, this one's for
What's he
Naomi.
going to say to me?
Naomi.
Yes.
Hey, Steve,
Hi.
how's it going?
How you doing?
The word of the week is legs. Let's go back to mine and spread the word.
I find that extremely vulgar.
Oh, come on. That was dynamite. That was killer stuff.
Well, thank you, ladies. But you do hear people do have these terrible...
It's unbelievable,
Shut
isn't
up.
it? It's amazing how many of them are creepy. There was one guy sent me one that was, here's 10p, call your mum and tell her the ransom is £50,000.
Okay, well, look, the show, as I said, the show is called Hello, Ladies. It's on Wednesdays at 10. It's very funny.
I hope so. Thank
It's
you.
great
Thank
fun
you.
having you here. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in saying thank you, Mr. Stephen Mercer.
Thank you.
It's great. Okay, after the break, I'm very excited. I will be joined by Naomi Campbell. We also have music from the fabulous Laura Mvula. Don't go away. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my next guest out. She is quite simply one of the world's most famous supermodels. She doesn't normally do chat shows, so we're very excited she's here. Will you please go crazy for the stunning Naomi Campbell, ladies and gentlemen? Wow, look at Naomi, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call a dress, isn't it?
So should I sit or should I lay?
Well, let's get to this straight away because Naomi's over here because she has a show on Sky. Is it on Sky Living?
It's on
Yep.
Sky Living
Monday
Mondays at
9
9 o'clock.
Called The Face, and this is you and 2 other very beautiful, successful models.
Caroline Weinberg and Erin O'Connor.
Okay. And you're mentoring young girls
We are
who want to be
mentoring, yes.
models. Okay.
We're mentoring young girls that want to be models. We're split up into teams of 4. And the thing is, also, it's not only the models who are competing with each other, the mentors are also competing with each other. So it does get very hairy. I'm very, very competitive.
You do strike me as being a competitive person, and on the show, there are moments you are the one who seems to be taking it the most personally.
I take it very personal when one of my girls is put out.
Right.
I do not like to have one of my girls eliminated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, who does?
I've been working the longest, and I think I've got the most experience to give.
But I imagine of the girls there, the one who you wouldn't want to get on the bad side of would be Naomi Campbell.
No, my girls I protect like a mother hen.
Yeah.
They're never going to get on the bad side of me.
No, I mean the other...
I protect them from the other mentors.
Okay.
Absolutely. And if the claws have to come out, they come out.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when Naomi's claws come out,
Yeah.
what form does that take these days?
It's their claws.
But I know...
They're real claws.
In the past, there have been...
Definite cat fight.
There have been moments, I know you've had a little bit of help, you've had a little bit of management going on with...
Oh, please, you know what?
Certain
You know what?
behavioural
I think I made the name anger management famous because...
No one had heard of it before you.
No, it doesn't... Actually, I didn't remember they did that film. It had Adam Sandler, and I thought, I did that first.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's really... Anger is an emotion, and there's things I had to deal with, like us all, at different times of our lives.
All of us get angry sometimes.
Yes, we do. How we deal with it...
Do you want us to see you like that, or would you not
Well, I
rather
think
people
people
saw the
thought
softer side of you?
You do see the softer side of me.
Yeah.
You see many sides
But you
of me.
seem to
in
prefer
100%.
talking about the tougher side of yourself.
Because I need to be... People don't think that I am like that. People don't think I'm disciplined. They think I was lazy and everything came easy.
I don't think people think that about you.
And I'm unorganized. People think I can't drive. Can you imagine?
Can you drive?
Of course I can.
I thought you couldn't.
I can.
Okay. Let's have a look at the face. And the girls, they'd been arguing beforehand, which you hadn't known about, had you? Your
yeah.
girls have been arguing with each other.
Waste of time arguing, because we need that energy for them to put into their work.
Okay, okay. So. And this is when you find out and you kind of read them the riot act. This is Naomi in the face.
You can smile more than that. You're 18 years old, for God's sake. Raquel, focus to the camera. Chin down, Raquel.
Kelly does not like stuff.
I have my career. You guys don't. You want what I have. And for me, it's a waste of my time.
You're reading them the riot act.
They deserve the riot act.
Wow.
They deserve it.
And do they respond to that? I found personally...
They did. They wait till next week, you'll see.
I think people respond better normally to a kind of a kind and nurturing...
No, I was kind of nurturing in the beginning, and they didn't listen. So then we have to step it up a notch. I don't want to waste time.
Oh. You know, you said you were tough on the girls and you're tough on girls.
Yeah.
Was there anyone tough on you when you started out? Did you have a mentor figure like that? Or who did you look to for inspiration as well as for kind of seeing how it should be done?
My mother was very tough on me in the sense of she didn't want me to model in the first place. And she was very hard in telling me what could go wrong and what I might see. And
what, she was worried about the scenes you might find yourself in then, or? I
think, you know what, you've got to let your bird fly the coop.
You've got to let your kids grow up, yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, whatever I've done in my life, and, you know, drugs, sex and rock and roll, it's, you know...
Presumably you've done all of those. And from the look of things, plenty of them. You had a good time. You've enjoyed your life.
I've enjoyed my life.
But you would never go back there, even if it wasn't
I'm happy where I am today.
Yeah.
I live in the day. I stay in my day. And I'm happy, and I'm doing the face.
Well,
I'm now an executive producer, and I don't want to go back.
But you know what I find remarkable in a way is most people who I've met over the years, and I've known a lot of people who have had periods of their life of abandon, of kind of wildness, and they, you know, and they normally have fun. But most of them, you see it on them. When you see it on them, you can see that you don't look like you've had... How did you survive? How did you stay in your line of work? How did you stay looking as good as you do, but having those...
I think everyone comes to their conclusion, no matter what it is that you're addicted to. You can be addicted to work. You know what I mean? Everyone gets to... Because it's basically all it is an escapism. It's like you're escaping from something no matter what.
Yeah.
Working out too much is something else you're escaping from. So for me, I came to my realization at 29 that I didn't like myself the way I was, and that was it.
And so that's when you called a halt to that kind of behaviour?
Yes.
And never look back, or was it difficult to snap that pattern?
No, it's not. Every day is a new day. Every day is like, I'm no perfect human being. I'm a work in progress, and every day it's like, wow, shit, I wish I could have... No, you cannot. So it's just like, you know, I'm just living. That's it. Yeah. I'm just living, and I'm just breathing.
You're just sort of funny.
I took off my patch today, so I didn't want to wear a patch on.
So hold it, so you're still craving cigarettes sometimes?
No, I've been wearing the patch because I don't want to smoke. I want to try and kick it. It's like...
It's admirable. I'm not joking. But you still would be smoking maybe if you weren't.
I'm doing everything to try to not to.
If you give up smoking, then that's it. Then you don't booze, you don't do drugs, Do you drink coffee? I bet you don't drink coffee.
I never have liked coffee. I never was
coffee.
Because I'm not. I've always been a tea drinker. Don't you worry. I've got plenty of things on your business.
Okay. Well, how are you gonna? I'm worried about you, Nubby. How are you gonna unwind after a hard day?
Don't you worry.
Well, what are you gonna do? To give us some details.
No, I will not give you
look,
details.
Imagine this. I know you've thought of this scenario.
Don't even try.
No, imagine you were lucky enough to be married to me, right? And I know you've thought about that. And you come home after a hard day you come home on a hard day on the catwalk, and you slam the door, and you've had a bad day, you go, oh, those bitches, and I go, what's wrong, darling?
Yeah.
How do we unwind together?
Maybe I should put on sexy lingerie.
I'm not wearing any of that shit anymore.
You put it on or I put it on?
I thought you wanted me to put it on.
No, I don't want you to put it on. I don't want a cross-dresser boyfriend or husband. Absolutely not, and something's not right with you.
I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Oh, really?
Hey, Naomi came in from Paris, I think. You came on the Eurostar.
Yes, I did.
And we were sending a car to pick you up.
And what happened?
OK, nothing bad, don't get
Oh, I'm not defensive.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
And they said you might want to send an extra van for Naomi's cases. Okay?
Yeah.
And you're only here for, what, 3 or 4 days?
Yeah, but I'm on route to Australia.
So how many cases do you travel with normally?
I've got 4. But they're deep.
So I guess because you are travelling through always...
I'm going hot, cold. It's difficult.
Okay. Well, that's the menopause, that will be.
I'm not yet. Oh, God, no.
Not yet.
You're
Not for many years yet.
Jonathan, that's
I'm getting the hot flushes. I'm always getting them.
I haven't gotten them yet, touch wood, but you can take vitamins now to prevent it.
You can get a patch as well. You get a patch for it.
Natural.
Or a Gary Barlow album has the same effect.
I'll play the Gary Barlow album.
Yeah. Years ago, and I interviewed once before on a talk show a long time ago, and I remember the time thinking, OK, you know, and please don't take this the wrong way, but no one thought a model could have a career that lasted as long as yours back then. I mean, I don't think any models did.
We're not supposed to. They say they give us 7 to 11 years.
OK, so I assumed you were going to settle down and find a house somewhere, maybe start a family somewhere and do all that kind of stuff. And you've been in a number of relationships, but you haven't really settled down.
I kind of did settle down, just not the right person. This is my life. I'm happy.
But people would find that not strange particularly, but, you know, you would think...
I don't find it strange.
Oh, but obviously you...
I'm not settling for nothing that's not worth
No, you've got to find the right person.
Absolutely.
But I think we all know there won't be a shortage of people asking.
Let's skip to the next subject.
No, let's stick with this one.
I don't want to. Jonathan, I'm not going to answer you.
Well, I might keep asking, Naomi. Do you ever make the first move with a guy?
No. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going over to a man.
But guys, some guys must find you intimidating, I would have thought.
I guess some do, then I'm never going to meet them, am I?
That's fair enough. Yeah, yeah. If they're not going to take the risk, they're not going to get the prize, are they, Naomi?
They don't get the prize anyway. They have to a long time.
Really? How long do you keep people waiting for?
Let's change subjects. Move on.
Just wanted a rough ballpark figure. Look, Stephen Merchant is out there with a notepad. He wants to know how long it's going to take him.
Do you know what? Your format's absolutely brilliant now, because I was saying backstage, I don't understand your format of your show. Why don't we just come on 7 minutes each and then we're done? And now I realise that you get us here and you wind us down and down and down. And then you try and get us when we think they're comfortable now. Let's get this question in. Yeah, and that's what you do.
OK, you got me. You got me, Naomi. OK. And you're not giving it away. All right. If you think back on Naomi Campbell's career, I mean, obviously, we've all seen thousands of images of you, but occasionally it's the things that weren't planned that I think stick in the head more. And there's the famous shot where you fell over. But it was kind of funny and it was sweet as well, and you were laughing at it. But those shoes, did you ever walk in them successfully?
After that fall, I think I might have been at a shoot on them. I stood in them. I don't know if I walked in them.
Because, look, we have them here.
No!
This is like showing Superman kryptonite. These are the actual shoes.
How are you, Shu? How are you? So what are you going to ask me, Jonathan?
Well, I thought we might see if you want to catwalk them tonight.
That is so unfair to put me on a spot like this. That is so wrong of you.
It might be
Do you
nice
have a
for
pair?
you.
Have you got a pair?
Of course I haven't got a pair of shoes like this.
Well, don't you think if I'm going to do it, you should be doing it too to keep me company?
I don't have... OK. I'll tell you what we'll do is, look, so you're not on your own out there, why don't I get everyone on the show to come out and do their catwalk walk for us?
Oh, that would be nice. With Nicole and Louis and
Will
Gary,
you do it?
everyone.
Guys, are you up to do this?
Yeah.
Come on, Louis.
Yeah. OK, Naomi's going to try the shoes for us, ladies and gentlemen, so if Naomi wants to, let's go off and get the shoes on you, and then we'll come back in here. Let me give you the other one, otherwise you'll be like Cinderella. Let me give you that.
Thank you.
Naomi Campbell, ladies and gentlemen, she'll be back in a minute. All right, here we go. This is quite exciting. This is history in the making. We're going to see if Naomi can finally pull it off in those shoes, and we're also going to see everyone else do their very best model strut. Who's up first? It's Gary Barlow, ladies and gentlemen. The look was gold. Gary Barlow, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, Nicole Scherzinger. Here she is.
it, girl. Catwalk ready. Nico Scherzinger. Okay, here we go. Alfie Bow. Give it, buddy. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Bold. Yeah. Hugh Jackman wouldn't have fallen over. Okay. Stephen Merchant. Here he is. Big Stephen. Oh, yeah. Love it. Stephen Merchant. Wow. Well, he was smizing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you wait for. Naomi Campbell in those shoes. Come on, girl. You can do it. Fingers crossed. Careful. Yes. Oh, yeah. She nailed it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, Naomi, come on over here. Hey, I just realised, that was incredible. You did almost, I think you almost stumbled over there, did you?
I did stumble.
Wow. I just realised, I'm sorry, we didn't get to see Louis. I'm sorry, let's have the music back on.
Louis's got to come.
Louis Walsh, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Fabulous, ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Naomi Campbell. Thanks to all my guests tonight, of course. But next week I'll be joined by Britain's sexiest baker, Paul Hollywood. Funny man Steve Coogan will be here, as well as the latest screen Dracula, Jonathon Rhys-Meyers. And there'll be music from the most successful duo in UK pop history, the Pet Shop Boys, performing live right here. But now, to play us out this evening, performing Sing to the Moon, please welcome the fabulous Laura Mvula.
Shattered in 1,000 pieces, weeping in the darkest night. Hey there, you trying to stand upon your own 2 feet and stumbling through the sky. When the lights go out and you're on your own, how you gonna make it through till the morning sun? Sing to the moon and the stars will shine over you, lead you to the other side. Sing to the moon and the stars will shine over you. Heaven's gonna turn the tide. Hey there, you looking for a brighter season, need to lay a burden down. Hey there, you drowning in a helpless feeling, buried under deeper ground. When the lights go out, it's a waiting game. Ever gonna see a day when your world will change? Sing to the moon and the stars will shine.